Hey guys, it's MarionetteAngie. So, it's been a year since I made this video. A video that has gone down in fame and infamy alike, depending on who you are, but a video I'm really proud of nonetheless. I actually had to fight copyright 3 times for hours to even get it up, which is why the visuals leave much to be desired and are literally just stars, but I basically just want to reflect on how this video changed my channel and my life, and especially how I interact with the internet, because a lot has changed in a year. Well, it's coming up to a year, so we'll say it's a year, whatever. We'll say it's a year. So, to start, my stance has not changed since I made that video. I still believe the idea of Starboy is not inherently terrible. I don't hate the concept, and I feel like that's a misconception that a lot of people got who didn't watch the video. I do not hate the concept. I think it's a great concept. I made, along with my friend, an OC called Sorcerers, who's Starboy, but he's not in any way, shape or form romantically attracted to Asha, which is the difference. He's just this little goofy guy who can like shapeshift, and he also makes other things shapeshift. He's basically just silly, and I love that. Like, his personality goes a lot deeper because of his whole story, as you'll have seen from that video, and also what's coming up, as I'll talk about in a bit. But it's just, I don't think the concept's terrible. Like, it's a good story, it's a good concept, and we are integrating it into the FSOS or Fantasia Symphony of Sorcerers AU, which this is me promoting it because I'm so proud of it, and we keep working on it every single day. Literally since the 29th of November 2023 we've been working non-stop with this, and I'm just so proud of what we've created every single day. So yes, I am promoting it, deal with it. But he's coming, Saros, in Side Story 2, which happens after Part 8, and as of recording this, we are just around finishing Part 7, so it should be out soon, and then you'll have Part 8, and then Saros comes along, and a whole bunch of fun stuff happens. It's genuinely worth the wait, and I'm hoping it gives you guys enough time as well to read along and keep catching up with what we've made. So yeah. I still think, though, that the concept of Starboy automatically falls flat as a love interest, though, as I've stated, and I won't go back on that. Like, I don't think his premise is solid enough. He's a reflection of Asha, or Star, the current Star we have, is a reflection of Asha too much, that a boyfriend character with the exact same motivations and ideas as her would be inherently flawed, I think, and that's why they scrapped it. I also still disagree with the idea of an evil Amaya, and I think Magnifico's a great villain. He's literally a dictator king, and honestly, some of my relatives, when I watched it with them, they compared him to Putin, and now another person, so I think that says volumes about our current political climate in general, especially with the fact that people view him as a hero, and we've got a certain thing happening in a country that is very influential. I'm not from that country, so I won't give too much of my own judgment, and I don't want to start a war. I'm not giving my political opinions, even though I kind of am, but you know. In effect, I think we should have expected this outcome with how people idolize this dictator king. I think I'm not surprised. I was just disappointed, and I felt the same with Magnifico, so it kind of feels like a very pertinent social critique, if I'm honest, but that's just me. You don't have to agree. You could think I'm completely saying garbage, and I would be fine with that. Just be polite. That's another thing about the politeness. I'm gonna get onto it, but I want to talk about how people treated me after that video, because it was honestly terrible. Like, that's the whole reason I'm making this retrospective, is to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. So anyway, as a whole, making the Starboy video, it was a long process. Well, long considering I usually write scripts in a day, and they usually have few words, like not that long. This was a long video, so 10 pages, 3 days of writing, 6,500 words, and I also had a friend on call with me helping me write it. We kept pitching ideas, going back and forth. As I said in that video, I'm so grateful to her for helping me. It was, yeah, just great. So, recording it myself, it took hours. Getting it onto YouTube was a nightmare. As I said, it took me 3 tries. But I'm so glad I persevered. Like, it has reached so many sites, and it blows my mind. 4.7 thousand views. I cannot imagine 4,700 people in a room. That's insane. That's so many people. Like, what the heck? That's amazing. And not only that, it's gone to so many different websites like Reddit, Twitter or X, Tumblr, Facebook, Wattpad. Like, I'm on Wattpad now, and I don't even have an account, so thank you to those people who I found recommending my video. I appreciate it very much. That was so nice of you. Anyone who shared it, genuinely, whether it be with feedback of your own, good or bad opinions, sharing it has helped my message spread further than I could ever imagine, and I'm so happy, like, that people even took the time to watch it and to give their thoughts. I'm proud of myself for having the courage to even stand out from the crowd as well and say my opinions. I've always had a lot of issues with standing out. I've always wanted to be quote-unquote normal. I've never quite fit in, which is why I think I empathize with how this movie also got the short end of the stick and was basically bullied. I think it sounds a bit silly to empathize with a movie, but you know what I mean. Like, I've essentially kind of been in this experience myself, which is why I try and look at everything from the merits rather than the failures or what's bad about it. I try and look at everything on its base and disregard what the internet says for the most part and make my own opinions. So yeah, even if some of you disagreed, thank you for sharing, thank you for commenting, even the mean comments. You boost my engagement, so thanks. Just in general, thank you. Like, it's insane. Thank you so much. Despite that, as I've said though, it has not been without trials. I've, for one, been spammed by strangers on social media. I've been stereotyped, called some nasty things, and I've honestly had to deal with the feeling of everyone thinking I'm like an inciter or something. I didn't incite anything, I just said, these are the facts, this is what I think, do with that what you will. I never told anyone to go out and bash anyone. I would never ever send hate to anybody. I don't want people using my video as an excuse to go out and be cruel to others. That's not what I'm for. If anything, I wanted my video to be a bridge between people who don't understand Wish and people who liked it. I wanted it to be a sort of communication ground where we could all converse and get a better understanding of the film. And look, I'm happy to say that some people have changed their opinions a bit, which made me really happy. Like, obviously, I don't want to make anyone hate things or feel like they can't enjoy something. That's stupid. But I'm glad to see people were listening to what I had to say, which made me really happy, because I am just a random person on the internet. Like, you don't need to listen to me. You know, I'm not powerful, I'm just young. So for anyone to listen to my view and agree with me and think what I've done is constructive and like researched, and some people said it's very thought-provoking and that it caused them to think about the movie in a different way. Others said it was a really good analysis. Like, just in general, all that feedback, it means a lot. Like, I don't want anyone to feel like I'm being ungrateful with this. I'm so grateful every day for every comment, every like, everything. It means a ton. It's just, it also came with its trials, and that's what I'm discussing. I would never want to be the reason someone feels like they have to hate Star Asher. Like, if you like the Starboy and Asher ship, you found a rewrite that you absolutely adore, and you think you've seen the movie, or maybe you haven't, and you just like this premise someone's made, this fanfic essentially. If you like that, I'm not stopping you. I love fanfic too. Like, I understand it. I write fanfic. Sometimes it's okay to like someone else's version better than the original. Heck, the Twisted Tales exist. You know, like, there's different ways of liking things, and I think I don't ever want to be the reason you hate something or feel like you can't love something. That's terrible. That's none of my business what ships you enjoy. I just wanted to give my own informed version and critique the ideas and the way I saw people taking it wrongly. That's all. And if you're still wondering, I still love Ashley and Halzima. I just think they're cute. That's my opinion. So, in terms of the spamming issue, I addressed it quite a few times on the FSOS podcast, DMs to people who did it, my community tab. There's no reason why people couldn't get the memo to just leave me alone. I'm in college, I have classes, I have a life outside of YouTube, I have friends. I can't be at your beck and call to analyse why one person's thumbnail is stupid. I'm not your servant, do it yourself. Like, for God's sake, you're older than me. Not only that, most of the people are older than me in age. Like, I'm 20. I'm not ashamed of saying that, I'm 20 years old. Like, these people were mid-20s, like, a lot of them were older, they were adults, they were able to make their own informed decisions. I don't think spamming a 20-year-old who's dealing with college is a great idea, personally, but that's just me. Yeah. I also had someone who wasn't being the kindest to me during that time. I don't know if you're watching this. I don't know when you stopped watching my channel or if you're even subscribed anymore, but hello, if you know who you are. I blocked you in, I believe it was August or September, so that might ring a bell. They weren't very kind to me, let's just say. They were nice enough, and I know that to you, you're young, and you're still learning, but your comment about my art that day, it was just the straw to break the camel's back type thing. Every time I came online, you'd be there waiting for me, spamming me, sending me things, and this is another point. I mentioned it in my Tomorrowland video, but boiling me down to my sexuality and sending me every single day things like, send this to the gayest person you know, having to wake up every single morning to that, it just wasn't pleasant. Like, I know you've apologized, but I'm just saying this again as a reminder that you can, like, grow from this. I'm not telling you off, I'm just saying this is something to grow from and move past. Like, sending those sorts of things to people, it's funny, yes, I found it funny at first, but when it's repeated and it feels like that's all you care about, the fact that, okay, I'm not straight, and I don't even know that for sure, I've not been in a relationship like that yet, I don't know. I just say that for ease. Like, coming out as well is just so scary, and having to do that against the backdrop of I'm already receiving a lot of hate from people who don't like my opinion on a movie, like, that was pretty terrifying, you know? Like, I don't know, just be more considerate, that's all I'm asking. Don't tell people their art looks like, their designs look like random splashes of paint, because that's kind of insulting, you know? That's something to learn from. And you can't just pick and choose what you like from someone's art. That's kind of stupid, and it makes them feel devalued for what they make. If you like my art, I expect you to like every part of it, no matter what I make. I know some people come for the Disney art, and that's fine. But if I make stuff, I expect people to be there for me, and not just for my creations. Then it feels a bit disingenuous, you know? To the last group of people as well who've insulted me, genuinely get a life. Like, I swear, just be more considerate. And what gave any of you the right to call me vulnerable to propaganda, racist, sexist, a thought criminal? I'm none of those things. It's unnecessarily rude. You don't agree with my opinion, so you attack my character. That's just, what are you doing? That's ridiculous. I don't get why people can't just live and let live. I haven't attacked anyone in my video, so why do you feel the need to attack me? It's strange, it's closed-minded, and if you can't disagree with someone on the internet about a ship, please go outside, touch some grass, or if you don't have grass, touch the sand, touch the sea, touch the air, raise your hand up and wave it around a bit in the air. Just do something other than type, please. Like, if you know me, you'll know I'm not racist, or sexist, or a thought criminal, or vulnerable to propaganda. I study law. Our whole point is that we look at everything objectively. You have to look at things on the facts, that's the point. And on top of that, like, I make tons of characters with diverse character designs. I make boys and girl characters. I have lots of boys and girls who are my friends, so clearly, wah. And I also have people in between, so yay. And a thought criminal. That's crazy. That's crazy. A thought criminal who likes the movie Tomorrowland, which is about the lack of a dystopia and optimism. A thought criminal. Yeah, no. No thank you. No thank you. We don't do that around here. And since that video came out, I tried doing some research. I talked to someone on Instagram who defends Magnifico daily, and I tried to reason with them. It might have not been my wisest decision, and I hope I didn't offend you if you're watching this video. I genuinely just wanted to know what you were thinking, and I'm hoping I didn't say anything offensive. I tried to be completely respectful, and I did get a little bit het up, and so I apologize if anything came between us. you can enjoy what you enjoy, I just don't agree with you. So yeah. I learned from our conversation that they weren't budging on their poor little orphan boy stance, you know, the one I talked about in my Starboy video. They claimed as well, I was trying to do a hypothetical of what if your wish was trapped there along with mine and I was fighting you to try and get the wishes back. I basically tried to just go through and like debunk what their argument was, but they weren't budging. They said I was selfish for trying to get them the autonomy to grant their own wish back. It's kind of like a fear response. They claim that they'd rather live in a society that's controlled and safe than a society that has the equal potential for safety and insecurity depending on the intention of a person, which to me is quite dystopian. Like, wanting to be safe, I get that. I completely get that. But being more than willing to give up other people's opportunities to pursue their dreams just because you want the safety of yourself and them by extension, it's kind of dystopian because a lot of people take risks with their dreams. Like, look at Walt. He took a risk on making Mickey, and look where it's got him. Biggest, most well-known cartoon character in history. Like, I think taking a risk will always come if you want to pursue your dream. So I think removing people's ability to take risks in itself is dystopian, but that's just me. I've said in my videos that the people of Roses are prisoners. I've talked about on the podcast with the 1923 wishes. It's in the first episode of the Behind the Sorcery or FSOS podcast, so please watch that if you want my thoughts. And on top of that, I have a whole playlist of videos. I have my Starboy video, its spiritual successor, the Owl Costs video, and then in turn, the podcast is kind of like the third video of that. It was intended to be the last time I talked about it, and I stand by everything I've said. So if you want my informed decisions, please go watch those. Yeah, that's all I'll say really. Oh, and yeah, listen to some of my music while you're at it. I did some song covers, and if you like to hear me sing, please listen to them, it would mean a lot. Last few thoughts. I've seen the community calm down, and I'm very proud of them for that. The hatedom is very much chilling. A lot of them they use Wish to make snide jabs, like, oh, at least it's not Wish. And I'm like, okay, did you watch the movie? Probably not. Shush. Cállate la boca. But anyway, yeah. On top of that, I think the Amaya Simps and Magnifico Defender fanatics, they're still around. They still come in the comment sections being kind of a bit fanatic, but you can just ignore them, which is what I'm doing. They won't change their stance. They are grown adults from what I can tell. Well, one of them at least I believe is. I have evidence. But yeah, just ignore them. And please, just let people enjoy the film if they like it. If a kid loves Wish and they have a backpack with it and they have a little star plushie that they sleep with at night, that's great. I'm happy for them because I also have a star in my backpack. I have the spirit jersey on right now, which I got for Christmas, and I have a star pillow which I sleep with at night. So, whatever. I think people shouldn't have followed the mob on this movie. It's great. It really speaks to your inner child, and people are definitely being more positive about it from what I can see, which is really good to me. I'm so glad people are changing their stance, giving it a chance. Thank you to anyone who's listened. It makes me so happy. On top of that, Disney released the LE doll, and I had mixed feelings, okay? Like, I'm okay with saying this. I'm not gonna defend Disney on everything. That's not what I'm about. I think she should have had the fairy godmother cape at least, and the price point's high, but she is limited edition, so I understand it. I don't own her, so I can't comment on the quality. People have said she's really good, so I'll go off them and say, yay, she's good, that's good. But, you know, it's just, I think there could have been things done a bit better, but maybe she'll get a pretty Ellie in the future where they give her a custom outfit, like they do with the designer collections. I'd love that. On top of that, they've also made the segment in Disney on Ice, which someone mentioned in my comments, thank you for that. It's just gonna be great, like, seeing people get introduced to this film when they go to shows. They're gonna see it in a new light, they're gonna see how it's done for themselves, and that's gonna be great. And I'm pretty sure Asha's still available to meet at the parks. She's in some of the parades, and I'm hoping she's in Disney Starlight. in Walt Disney World. That's coming in summer. I'm hoping she'll be there. We'll see when the POVs come out. If she is, yay. If she's not, oh well, but it'll be cool. Yeah, just in general, I'm just glad Disney isn't giving up on this movie. I was so worried that after it didn't do well, they would stop celebrating this centennial movie. And I don't want that because it's just a celebration of their legacy. But I'm glad they're not giving up on it, and neither am I. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. On top of that, and just in general, FSOS has a Tumblr. The link's in the description. I also have my own Tumblr now. The blog is also going to be in the description, so please follow that if you want to hear me yap. I'm talking about 20,000 Leagues and making friends on there. I also draw, so yay. And yeah, if you want to talk or you want to discuss things, please come into my Instagram with your YouTube username at hand. Tell me who you are so I know. And just don't spam me with hate. I've said this. Just be considerate. I'm a student. I have a life. Just be considerate of my time. Yeah, and just introduce yourself with your username. Tell me who you are. And just get to know me. Like, I'm happy to meet people. Not in person, obviously, boundaries, but I'm happy to try and get to know more people as long as you're respectful to me and we have a boundary established. That would mean a lot that you want to make friends with me. So yeah, this was meant to be a short retrospective, but I started yapping, so but thank you for watching. I don't know what sort of videos you can expect this year. I've recorded less songs, but I'm honestly just busy. Like, I say that, I've been mostly writing FSOS and studying. I have a lot of classes and my timetable's changed, so a lot of things have changed in my daily life. On top of that, I've had some stressful times, so I've been a bit demotivated. But yeah, we'll see what 2025 brings. So far it's brought its mix of good and bad, as the new year does. But yeah, here's to a new year, here's to whatever comes next, and thank you for 1 year of this video. I appreciate it. It's so kind of you to give it the attention and reach that it has, and keep wishing. Just simple as that. Like the movie says, just keep wishing. Don't stop believing in your own dreams, your power to make them come true. And yeah, just enjoy what you enjoy. See ya. Bye.